Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to have a very fast intro because we're just going to be playing mono red goblins. This is rated in the A tier decks on Untapped, and I really want to see why. With the meta being one turn slower, it obviously could have a very good place in the meta, but the main reason or thing we're trying to do, play a lot of goblins, activate Kranko with haste off the heavy or using the engineer, and make a ton of goblins, and then maybe use Agatha's Soul Cauldron shenanigans to do a lot of other things. With that said, we're just going to go ahead and dive right into the games. What's my webcam doing? I just looked over. I thought everything was good. Apparently not. Hold up, dude. I'm getting costed right now. Oh, no, bro. It's broken. All right, well, it's going to be really dark for this one. All right, we'll keep. I ain't missing out, dude. This is my hand. I don't know why my webcam randomly decides, like, I'm going to be 10 times darker than normal, and I don't know why. Like, it keeps resetting. Like, okay, do this. Now are we good? How am I allowed to play? Weirdly enough, I think it's just this one, right? I would assume this is like Una. Maybe the Dino Reanimate deck. Yeah. I don't typically play anything that like really gets a lot of damage through, but I mean, we have pretty much lethal next turn. Pretty much, I say. These the spoils, so it's a tap out situation. How do we have lethal, you may ask? Well, we cast Burst Lightning, we hit them, so our speed goes up, our engines are fully started. We pump this once, and then we do this and hope that's enough. Oh! Broken webcam and everything. We killed him on turn 4 for us. That's actually a pretty good pace. That's awesome. So, with that said, we'll move on. Blue-white, temporary lockdown. Probably going to be an absolute nightmare matchup situation. So, we'll take it. Not being on to play once again. I've played today. I've already been on the draw every single game so far, so that's pretty sweet. You know, the usual. If you watch the one video of Mono Black, all I did was watch my opponents play the game on the play, and then try to keep up somehow. Sure. Stock up, okay. Well, now here's the weird part is like, I want to be able to play stuff out, but I think the best option, especially with that draw, name goblins, of course. I think with that draw, my plan is just to pump here. Then I will just attack with these. Then whenever they blow up my board, I'm going to follow up by playing the Firebrand and the Seer Slicer Goblin. And then with that, I can attack and then reestablish. And then this will have haste because I'll have my speed up, and then a Kranko can be activated. So playing exactly how we want, pretty much. And I think it is the idea is to kind of commit here. Might as well, right? I put them on having to have 2 board wipes, right? This is just a tap to activate, so they have 2 board wipes, they have 2 board wipes, and there's just nothing we can really do. Stock up. Okay. I mean, just another phenomenal card draw. Or card that they found. A real way to give this haste. I mean, I can, but like, where will that get us? I don't know. Honestly, with this, it might actually be good enough. This is what, activate for 2. So we play here. Oh, they have something, huh? Bed. Here. I'm gonna commit this, right? Like, might as well. Combat. I would assume there's removal here of some kind. They stocked up twice already. So it feels like there should be some amount of removal, right? Sure. I don't feel like that's too crazy of a commitment there. The only problem is with Krenko, if I give a creature haste, it's probably just going to be to attack. There's a Biza. Actually, I don't know if a Biza can beat us. It's a lot. Oh, well, maybe it can, huh? Well, if Biza is just that, would it not be like... Interesting. Card up to 2 cards. Draw it, put a 1 counter on this. I mean, I guess so. Interesting. I could make this mana. Is this only for creatures? No, it just adds it for the amount of creatures I have. So I could activate here, make 5 mana, play this. Then I can't really Burst Lightning that, huh? I guess I just save the Burst Lightning and I just play the Krenko out. With the 1 extra mana, I just activate my token here, maybe. On this. Sure. And then I'll pass here. Might think they have a turn, but our trick is to give Krenko haste or end step here and then activate it. I guess I could use this map, right? But with a Biza play with 4+ creatures, I am putting them on having to draw the removal. And they might have an answer for this, but take my turn. All right. Do we just go to combat then? I guess so, right? Activate here. Put it on a random goblin, I guess. Sure. Combat. You're all in. This card up to 2. And we're already in combat, so this is actually fine. I guess I should have just done this, huh? 0. Because then I could have got this and pumped my whole team. That's kind of a mistake by me. We got boss. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 is on board. I would have had way more if I just put this in play. But obviously if they have removal, it's just not going to be that easy anyway. But we also have a reach here. They're doing this after. Let them do whatever here, I guess. And we have enough mana to pay. So that resolves. There's. Again, I have the mana, so. Oh, you play negate? Alright, I guess. Also, you notice I didn't block the Krenko, which was weird. Here. Yeah, I messed up by not getting this. To be honest. I bought them both. And now I might just get punished for it, which sucks, but it is what it is. Especially if a temporary lockdown comes in from here. Yeah, alright. Thankfully, I didn't get punished by playing bad. I don't know. Probably like a matchup I cannot win, really. So we're just gonna pop that right away. Not a whole lot I'm getting away from there. Okay. Not a Okay. Yeah, I mean, I just have to do this. We'll play Speed Starter here. I mean, Burst Lightning's just a great draw for that. And then we can go into the Heavy, I guess. I mean, it's coming up good for us. I really wish we had been on the play, because then obviously we would have got some pretty good starter options. They draw a creature. I hope not. I was like, they'd get to put a counter on it, and that'd be bad for us. 1 mana open. I do think the best play here is to go for the Heavy, because if I can get a Heavy established, if I rip a land, Krenko will have haste, right? Because other goblins you control have haste, right? And then Krenko could be activated and go all in against the kind of Auras deck. A lot of times they rely on a Shelter by Ghost and are not able to do much. What to do here? Should I just attack first and then play Krenko after? I know I miss out on a lot of value, but I feel like a counter spell is really likely here. Yeah, we see the stick and stuff, so I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna leave the Heavy back. Sure. Depending how they block here will depend what I do. Here. Go to 3. I play Krenko. Krenko has haste. So I will be able to make the 4 goblins on their end step here. Or if they Shelter by Ghost my Krenko, I can always just make them then. Ethereal Armor, sure. Also gives us like a good block, right? But the only problem against this matchup is just like, this is going to draw so many cards. It's going to get so big. So any type of life gain here is just going to be incredibly hard to deal with. You have a way to get max speed really before we get to... Oh, it has flying. Okay. 11. Sure. It's a lot. Thankfully, so far it doesn't have lifelink. Yeah, and they're just gonna... They're gonna play the racing game, and I don't blame them. But if we know anything... So we can do something pretty cool here, right? So I named Goblin. Unfortunately, like, Krenko's just gonna be lethal in general. But I can do this. Ping them. Turn on everything. Oh, and I get rewarded for it anyway. So now we activate here. We make all this mana. We play here. We make all this mana. And now I can just activate this a million times. I'm like, sorry, but not sorry. I just wanted to show how absurd the mana situation can get in this deck. All in. I don't even get to hit with the rest because this was lethal. I should have left it short so I could have got the big damage lethal in. But either way, we find a crazy win. And that's pretty awesome. It's so close, dude. We'll keep here. We'll just throw that away. Here. Nautical Firebrand. Get in there. Get in there. The attack button didn't want to work. Arena was confused. They're like, wait a minute, he's on the play. How? We'll just go ahead and play this because they're tapped out, obviously. If there was like a cut down option, we would have attacked first. But getting the goblin count up quick. We do have a Burst Lightning to interact a bit. Combat. Honestly, I don't even care because they flash into 1 creature. I'm perfectly okay with that. Up to 3. Make another one. The Deuce. Okay. We're looking for a board wipe from them, I guess. There's a stock up. So, yeah, it's going to be a bit tough. Best case scenario is we find, like, a Heavy would probably be best. I don't even want to invest my Burst Lightning. They have to discard the hand size. Oh, well, we find another land. What would they have for 4 mana? Do they have anything other than just a removal spell at 4 mana? I can't think of anything, so I'm just going to play Krenko regardless. And who knows, maybe like a Cauldron draw or something would be good. But I guess thankfully I drew all these lands because now I can, I don't know, Burst Lightning, kick it. Difference in this matchup strictly kind of being the fact that we're on the play, right? Sure. Seer Slicer Goblin. Little part of me thinks I should play it and give it haste so I make a ton, but I rather just wait and do that after. I think I can pick this Burst Lightning and win. Yeah. I don't want to give them an option to counter it here. I want to wait, see if they pop this map token. Exactly what we were looking for. We find the lethal. You just wait till your opponent taps out, or you make them tap out on their turn. Oh, okay. Well, we have to maul. Okay, we have to maul. Perfect. What's this, I guess? Goblins can definitely win games like this. I play 5 colorless lands. If it's land 1, and Arena's like, yep, I get it. We were there for it. We made it. It's just like the game before where I had 3 of the speed lands, and it's like, bro, come on. But this is a good deck to mulligan with. It is quick. Go for the Thirst, definitely an option. They're going to get the Burnout, or are they going for Seer Slicer? Seer Slicer is definitely the bigger threat of the two, if I had to guess. Okay. Row my team. Down to 15. They might play like a Slasher here, which it doesn't really affect me that much. I just remove this. Yeah, there's a Slasher. Interesting. It has Menace. So I can play here. And I might as well play this, right? And now I can attack with these. I'm not going to attack with this. It makes no sense. That has Menace. Cannot block the guy with Menace. You either have to take 6, which puts you in kind of a scary spot. And obviously, if I have to block with one of these Horde Masters, I will. If they just play like an Aclazotz, for example. But I'm not going to freely throw this in there just for the card draw. I could have activated this, I suppose, but go ahead. Just to deal 1 more damage, right? But because this has Menace, it's just a super big threat on its own. And then hopefully, even if they do remove it, I do get a draw 2. A land and a creature's on the bottom. Liliana, okay. This should be lethal. It's not close necessarily. We sacrifice here. Obviously, you're not going to give up our Lord value. Fanatical Firebrand and Dragon Engineer. Okay. I don't think that actually matters at all, though, because I just put this at 5 and win that way, right? Yeah, it doesn't matter. So I'm just going to do that because, again, it has Menace and Double Strike. Attack, and we're going to go face. We could have played, like, the Engineer and the Firebrand and then pumped the Engineer, but realistically, all it would have done is gave the Engineer a counter and played the Firebrand for 1. But against Mono Black, we get there. The threat was obviously there for them to play Aclazotz and win, so we played it a little bit more cautiously. Also, letting them pick down our things. I will say, if we have this card against Mono Black in any type of board like that where they can't really afford to let a card like Seer Slicer live, it is very hard for Mono Black to keep up with because of how wide you go, and eventually the creatures just get through. And Liliana becomes like a dead card. Alright, we finally found a stretch of games where we're on the play, which is pretty sweet, so I will keep here. Hopefully we can find some good value cards. Orzhov, life gain, probably. Ooh. Sure. So increasing the speed here actually does everything in the world for us, because if this attacks, it actually is quite funny what happens. So we'll play there. But if they attack, because they'll take damage off this, it'll actually, I guess it won't increase their speed. It could increase their speed if they block with it, I guess, not attack with it. This legendaries? I think so. I can't think of it being anything else. So So here, unfortunately, I gotta play this. Then this will attack, obviously, because we just get a replacement. And this is what I'm talking about. This is actually a bad block, because now our engines actually got to increase for free. And they still end up taking a damage. Obviously, it's a bit scary to block with NT, but it didn't have any extra value anyway. They want to attack to swing this, which is fine. That's a good creature. Unfortunately, that one rotates. So yeah, this is a big version of the deck, but I'm just gonna let that hit. That does 3 damage to them, and if we're racing, like, sure, there's a chance for this to flip, but we're hoping when we get to that point we can actually just win instead. 2 mana, they can still play this. It does tap their creature though. Can exile my graveyard. A Fanatical Firebrand is a interesting one. Agatha's Soul Cauldron is also interesting. So we can do something pretty cool here. Let's play a Firebrand. Let's play an Agatha's Soul Cauldron here. I guess I can just go to combat here. Attack, attack. I guess attack with the heavy, right? Sure. So we can sack this, ping that. So we will actually get it answered. Not indestructible randomly, is it? Yeah. They if you sacrifice it, they get it. Sure. Then we'll end turn here. We do have like a cool way to prevent them from dealing the damage if that's what we think they're going to be on. Right now they have 4 mana, so that is quite scary where they're at. When this enters, return up a non-land permanent. Sure. Just do this. Do this here. Let's sacrifice it. It's only 1 damage. So I guess we just do it here. Now, of course, they have like the 4 damage or the 3 damage they can do, but it's kind of scary to flip it. But that was the whole point of the card. So not flipping, it's a bit interesting to me. Okay, so we can do some sweet stuff here. We can go here. We can go... yeah, that'd be sweet, huh? So we can go here. We can exile this. Putting a counter on, let's say, this guy. Then I can have this. Maybe we play this, right? Because other creatures you control get haste and then put them a 1/1. Maybe it's just this. I can activate here. Increase our speed, so I can activate this. Unfortunately, I just can't give like a ton of things more value here. I can go to 3. And then I can tap this to play here. Play here. Then I can Burst Lightning Inti. Then this will make a token. Obviously, the token has to attack. I mean, it doesn't have to attack, but it should attack. And I'm going to wait 1 more turn so I can go kind of crazy. Because the thing is I'll be able to give, like, make a dragon and then also give that haste. And they block, so they took 3 anyway. Oh, what a draw. Can we... And we have the mana? Okay. What a flip. They have to remove our heavy. If they don't, we're going to go so wide that this life will not matter. This attacking is kind of crazy, right? That attacking makes no sense. This attacking kind of does. But it's like... I don't know. I think we're pretty safe. That enters tapped. Indestructible. Trample. Sure. I don't know if the mana actually matters, but I can also flip another card if I do this. We just let it happen. No blocks. I want to be as wide as possible. Going horizontal. Ooh. They have to do the heavy now. That doesn't matter. That straight up does not matter anymore. Okay. So I can tap this, make 1, 2, 3, 4, and it will have heavy, or it won't have heavy. It'll have haste. So we play here. Play here. We activate here. We activate here. And we just attack. All right. No way for speed. This doesn't enter tap, so I'm not worried about that. I do need to hopefully hit something here. But yeah, we'll try. We'll try this hand. It's definitely kind of a could get punished hand, but man, maybe I should rage about being on the play more. I definitely should not. But Goblin, with that, we're gonna play the Horde Master. Might as well make our 1/1 just be good, right? Like we should just have it be aggressive. Oh, nice land pickup here. Could be a counter spell, which is tough. Maybe I'm gonna jam the heavy. They have it, they have it. No, sweet. And that's actually huge. So a temporary lockdown's pretty big for them. But I do get to like play this. Kind of do that. Or they just concede. They can't keep up. All right, cool. No lockdown, no real issues there. The heavy would stay even if they did have a lockdown, which is obviously the best card in our situation. And we win. Very cool. Very fast game to hit plat 1 with. So awesome. All right. So here we are with the deck that is also, for the most part, now this card is very good. I don't know if there's one that's not rotating. Okay, apparently I'm in all caps. I don't know. Yeah, no. So this is just the only card that's rotating, which is very, very good. So this deck's going to probably struggle a bit after. But overall, it's pretty fun, and it is kind of in the S tier range right now of decks on the Untapped engine because of how fast it can be. And also, like, how awkward it is whenever you can go so wide with Krenko and you have plenty of ways to give it haste. And, like, because monster trades and things like that don't exist, we don't just get ran over by the other mono red deck, which was this deck's main problem. Because the issue being, obviously, the fact that a mouse with monster trades was just too much. And our 1 toughness on a lot of our creatures, or even the Fanatical Firebrand couldn't save us because, you know, they would just pump it, and then just targeting it would make their creature larger. So it just made it pretty hard for us to actually set these type of turns up. But here with a turn slower, we're actually able to do so. And because mono red's not so prevalent, this actually means other decks in the meta can't be super tuned for it like we had to be in the past. Which means this deck can actually find a way through because its cards are so strong. So with all that said and done, I hope you all enjoyed. The mana base is free pretty much outside this, and you don't really need it, even though the one turn I made like 1,000,000 mana. But the craft guide, I guess, if we want to do that, because I do that pretty often, is a bit expensive, obviously. A lot of rares in our creatures here, especially considering this one is rotating once again. But yeah, with all that said and done, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.